We have some awesome news, leaks, and information to talk about with Winds and Waves today. Stuff about a brand new Pokemon, some of the boss battles, potentially how they could tease some of the other brand new Pokemon in the brand new pokedex for Winds and Waves. It's another one of those big leak dump videos, and I would absolutely love to know your thoughts and your opinions after you guys watch this video, because I feel like it's packed with a bunch of information. This is the type of stuff that I absolutely love talking about. And before we hop into it, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could subscribe to the channel. Tell me reach my goal of 40,000 subscribers. We are so close. Let's see if we can get 25 subscribers during this video. All right, let's get right to it. So if you've been following the channel and all the leaks with the Terra leak recently, you may have kind of an idea of what this new Pokemon is going to be. This is from Light88, who is a big Pokemon news reporter online, talking about information from the Terra leak. Pokemon Winds and Waves will introduce a new Pokemon concept that's never been seen before, and this is going to be called the Seed Pokemon. That's the name it has been given according to the Terra leak, and it's a central new concept in Pokemon Winds and Waves designed as a fully adaptive, ever-changing companion. Specifically, what that means is that this Pokemon is going to change based on everybody's gameplay. So my Seed Pokemon in this game will look different from your Seed Pokemon in this game, which is very interesting. Don't exactly know how that is going to work, but we have more about how that could work in this video. It has no fixed evolution line. Its form develops dynamically based on environment, growth, and player interaction. So think about how, Charmander evolves into Charmeleon and then into Charizard. This Pokemon, the Seed Pokemon, will not evolve like that. It doesn't even sound like it's necessarily going to evolve, just kind of, I guess, adapt to its environment to change based on what it is surrounded by or how you play the game and how you interact with the world around you. Inspired by Spore, but reimagined around emotional bonding and narrative-driven progression. I believe he's talking about the video game Spore, which I have never played myself, but doing a little bit of research about this game, it seems like you kind of start with these tiny random organisms that do evolve into advanced creatures, having some sort of adaptive evolution or changes based on the player's choices specifically. Some of the leaks that we have covered recently said that Pokeopia was actually originally an idea within Winds and Waves, and Pokeopia obviously is very customizable. Like, you can customize everything, build what you want, plant things here and there, so maybe that's kind of how that Seed Pokemon fit into that Pokeopia style. Of course, they eventually branched Pokeopia out to its own game. Seed Pokemon seems like it's still gonna happen, but it may be scrapped, we don't know. It is first encountered in the coastal resort area, with Legend tying its true evolution to the Storm and Wave legendary islands. Beyond being a Pokemon, it functions as a gameplay system that shapes ecosystems, islands, and world progression. So this is also not a mythical Pokemon, and it's not a legendary Pokemon. So the legendary Pokemon will be separate from this Seed Pokemon, but it seems like it will have some sort of tie and some sort of connection to the legendaries in one way or another. I'm not exactly sure how, but I guess its true form, or its true evolution, I guess you would call it, is connected to those legendary Pokemon. I'm also wondering what the type of this Pokemon would be, or the types, because could you guys imagine if we could actually pick the type ourselves, if it's one of those Pokemon that will change based on our playthrough of the game and our decisions and everything. So like, imagine we could pick Poison and a Fire type or something like that, or maybe there's going to be a brand new type in this game called the Light type, for example, which is one of the biggest, I guess, like fan requested types for Pokemon Winds and Waves, which is an interesting topic, because if we were to be getting a new type, I feel like it would maybe be giving us a very good chance of a new evolution, just because last time we did get a new type with the Fairy type, we did actually get a new evolution. So if we were to get that brand new type and we could actually select this new Pokemon as that new type, or maybe this new Pokemon would simply be that new type, maybe we would also get a new evolution. But of course, specifically what I just said about that type stuff is a theory of mine, not anything from the Terra leak or anything. This Pokemon reminds me of Cosmog a lot. Like, ever since the very beginning we got the first information about this mon, it just always has reminded me of Cosmog. And as far as like our decisions and interactions and stuff, it reminds me of Legends ZA with all these side missions and stuff. Some of these missions would give us access to be able to catch, Froakie and stuff like that. So maybe it's going to be similar in that sense, where we have to do these side quests and missions, and then we could actually unlock new things for this Pokemon, add something to it, maybe give it a new type, a new feature, or something that would grow from its experience of that side quest, which I think would be really interesting. And of course, this information is from the Terra leak, so a lot of these elements will probably stay, and a lot of them will probably be scrapped or changed or whatever. And if you have no idea what the Terra leak is, which I'm sure most of you guys do, it's basically the huge leak that we had from Game Freak's files that revealed a lot, and a lot of it has actually come out to become true and confirmed as of right now. And there will also be some sort of Path of Legends, kind of like Scarlet and Violet. As you know, the bosses in SV were the Titans. In Winds and Waves, they are going to be called Nushi, apparently, which means spiritual guardians or guardian beings. The name was found in the Terra Leak, and the current types are going to be electric, bug, water, dragon, and ground. But once again, saying it is from the Terra Leak, so some things could change. I definitely think it's really cool. I definitely think this game would need something like that, especially since the map is going to be very, very large. Like, it's going to be a huge map, so having more battles like this and more boss Pokemon would be really cool, and I feel like it's definitely a good feature for this game. It just honestly makes sense. I feel like this is something that they're going to be putting in pretty much all Pokemon games going on in the future. Like, we basically have the same thing in Legends Arceus, Scarlet and Violet, even Legends ZA, so I do think that this type of stuff is going to stay in the future, and definitely some of the brand new Pokemon in the new Pokedex will be featured as some of these brand new Titan or boss Pokemon or Nushi, whatever you want to call it. So that should be pretty cool. The game will also introduce a new system with a constantly evolving world, a world built to expand without limits, a strong focus on weather systems, winds, ocean, and natural forces, exploration-driven gameplay across islands and open environments, and a structure closer to an open-world MMO rather than a traditional linear route. We had early rumors about this game actually kind of having a lot of MMO features, but I think we've heard that the MMO kind of stuff is actually not necessarily going to happen anymore. But I was also hoping for some sort of like lobby area where it would have the kind of MMO style, as in the sense of a lot of other people being in this kind of same general area as us. We could trade with them and stuff like that. I still hope something like that does happen. But basically what he means by like the open world style is similar to how Scarlet and Violet was, where we can kind of pick and choose the gym battles we do. There's no specific linear progression line that we have to follow, which seems like a lot of these open world games are kind of following that sense and style. But the world to expand without limits, we had other leaks and stuff from the Terra Leak basically talking about how some of the islands and world is going to be automatically generated. And what I mean by that is like some of these smaller islands apparently are going to be, I guess, just changing by themselves. So everyone's little like smaller islands that don't have anything to do with the storyline will actually be different from game to game, just like that Seed Pokemon apparently. And definitely exploration driven gameplay. Yeah, we definitely saw that from that trailer. Definitely seems like we were going to be able to explore a lot in this game. So many different ecosystems. We're going to have obviously ocean exploration, forest, there's going to be a desert area, there's going to be a snowy area. That first trailer apparently also only showed off the first island, which was very diverse in my opinion with all of the nature. So I feel like the next islands, man, oh, I cannot wait to see them. This is just a funny post saying, why does the Mediterranean Sea look like silhouette of Kingdra? I never noticed that. Is that intentional? It probably is intentional, because that's insane. Soul saying Generation 11 based off of Italy, and Kingdra gets an insane strong new form. Yes, please. A region based on Italy would be awesome, and I really hope that we do get a region based on Italy. But I want to ask you guys, if we were to get a region based on any sort of country or just area in the real world that we haven't had yet, what would you pick? Originally, we thought Greece was going to be where Generation 10 was taking place, but now we know it's actually Southeast Asia. But I still think a Greek region would be awesome, and a region based on like Italy would be super cool. We do have a region based off of France and Spain, so Italy is right there, so it would honestly make sense, because Paldea and Kalos actually do border each other. And of course, Generation 9 was based off of Spain, and the Kalos region is based off of France. So how cool would it be if we could finally have all three of those areas be real Pokemon regions, with Italy, France, and of course Spain. And then obviously all the other countries in that same area would be awesome to eventually have regions of. And now as far as one of the next Pokemon that we could see, I saw this post from Soul Silver Art, and he had a really cool, I guess, idea. The biggest issue isn't that Winds and Waves is releasing in 2027, it's the fact that we won't have any reveals until 2027. 100% agree with you, bro. That is insane. I really wish we were getting some reveals. Like, it's kind of insane that we're not. They could have easily shown just one of over 100 new Pokemon in Winds and Waves by adding a 2-second cutscene in the montage, and then do similar teases with characters, new evolutions, new Pokemon, new locations, mechanics every few months until 2027. These wouldn't be full official reveals, just to keep fans talking and excited about Pokemon. And I believe he's talking specifically about that orchestra video. Like, they totally could have teased something in the background here. And if you see this picture right here, you can see Char Cadet just kind of like barely being shown in the background. That would have been awesome. And I'm still really upset that we're not getting another trailer this year, but I still think it's possible. I'm still like 50-50, because yeah, reputable sources have been saying that we are most likely not going to be getting any more trailers and news this year. But I think because of the current state of Nintendo as a whole, everything being leaked, Nintendo are mad about the leaks, which I've been talking about on the second channel. So yo, check out that second channel, link in the description down below, where I talk about like all things Nintendo in general. But they are mad because all of their announcements and reveals have been leaked. So I feel like they're going to want to change things up and just kind of drop things randomly. So I feel like they could just change their mind literally at any second and be like, you know what, we are going to give them a trailer, because everyone's saying that we're not going to give them a trailer. So might as well drop a big trailer, get some hype out there. I think that'd be really cool. And even if we do just have like a little glimpse at a new Pokemon, Pokemon. That's all I want to see. Because of course we have had real hints from Game Freak themselves in Pokemon games literally teasing a yellow Shellos. So I do think a yellow Shellos is possible to happen, but if we do get a yellow Shellos, of course we have to have another color as well to fill in all four, north, south, east, and west. But that would also give us the opportunity to have new Gastrodon colors as well. But I really do hope we get to see something like this in this game, and I do think we will. Like, I am very, very certain we will, just because it makes total sense. We also have leaks of a Lego Arcanine coming out, which I have to blur it because I'm not sure if I could show this or not, but if you want to look it up, it's all over the internet. A Lego Arcanine set is coming out, I believe, this summer. It looks really good. I think it actually might be the best new Lego Pokemon out of all of them. Also, some interesting information about the Pokemon Champions producer explaining how they decide which Pokemon they want to include, basically saying that they carefully think through the Pokemon that need to be added in this game. They asked, will all Pokemon appear in Champions? They said at first it will be a set selection of Pokemon appearing, then they will establish divisions using set rules. How do you decide which Pokemon will appear? In order to do this, Morimoto thinks along with the development team members, the timing to introduce Mega Evolutions is being carefully considered. Generally, will Pokemon that appear be mostly ones that don't evolve further? To start, we will be introducing Pokemon that will allow the battles to be played in a way where players can easily understand which Pokemon is strong. Clefairy and Porygon 2 may appear in the future, but first we are placing importance on the ease of understanding for players just starting out with battles. How will Terrestrialization and the other elements be added? One item called the Omni Ring was made to handle all the special features. Balancing these is extremely difficult, so we plan to proceed very carefully. We will allow players to use Mega Evolutions first. So obviously, eventually they're going to add like Terrestrialization, Z-Move and stuff, but it's going to be really interesting because I'm assuming that means, we're going to be able to Terrestrialize our Pokemon and then even battle a Mega Evolution. Like, it's going to be really interesting to see, but it seems like they are carefully going at this because obviously everything has to be balanced and they will be adding more Pokemon. So with that being said, which Pokemon do you want to see in Champions, and do you like Champions? Have you guys been playing it? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's see if we can hit our goal of 25 subs during this video. And if you guys are real and watching this far in the video, comment down below your favorite ghost type Pokemon of all time. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.